Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April 15th, otherwise known as Tax Day out there in the world. So if you're having a stressful day or you're running around a little bit crazy, I hope that this quick video, if you've been tuning into Tarot Tuesdays or not, gives you a little bit of respite from the craziness of the world right now. So, 2 weeks ago on Tarot Tuesday, we discussed the minor arcana. We went through each of the suits and we also talked about the royalty cards. So now we're going to start to dive deep into each of the four suits of the tarot. So I chose my favorite, which are the cups. So let's see. It's a little like, even though it's cloudy outside, it's really like I'm sitting by my windows and it's really kind of bright. So hopefully you can see that okay. So it's my favorite suit because I am a Pisces and the suit represents Pisces. It also represents all things emotion, intuition, relationships, and our spiritual connection to the world, which we all need a little bit of right now. So if you're feeling like you want to tune into your heart space, this suit is the mirror into your soul and into your heart space to be able to do that. So, the Suit of Cups also corresponds with the element of water. So, think about flowing, think about freedom, think about dreams, inner knowings, intuition. It reflects how we give and receive love, how we nurture, how we really feel, and how we also heal. So when cups show up in a reading, they're usually highlighting the matters of the heart. So whether that's relationship, your own intuition, or intuition when it comes to other people or emotional experiences. So remember, our key things are emotion and intuition, relationships and connection, healing and forgiveness, and also dreams, fantasies, and your connection to the soul. So, as you flip through the cups, and I'll go through each one individually, you're going to notice a lot of water imagery in the cup cards, rivers, oceans, a lot of blues, still pools. That symbolizes the ever shifting nature of our emotional world and our emotional needs. Water also asks us to surrender, to feel completely and fully with all of our emotions, and to trust the inner tides as we flow through them. So, some of the things that the cups will ask of you is, are you feeling emotionally fulfilled? Where do you need to create more balance or flow in your life? And is your cup full? Or is it time for you to start to fill it back up? So that's what our cups represent. So our first card in the suit of cups is the Ace of Cups. I'll pull that up there a little bit closer so you can see it. So the ace represents a gift of divine love, overflowing emotion, and new beginnings in the heart. Remember that the beginning of a suit in the tarot deck is the beginning of that suit's journey. So we have a new beginning with matters of the heart when we have an Ace of Cups. Our Two of Cups is a union, a connection, a soulmate bond. And you can see that I've got a little sticky note on each of my cards as I go through learning the cards a little bit better. I have given myself a few keyword clues. And the one that I have for this one is partnership. So this is a connection, it's a union, it's a bond. It might be romantic, it might not be. It could be a business partnership. The Three of Cups is celebration. So you can see these three people. They are coming together. They are raising their cups and they are celebrating. They are happy. This represents friendship and community and a sacred sisterhood. So it can represent the bonding of friends. It can represent the bonding of family and sisters. But definitely connection, definitely celebrations here. Our Three of Cups. So, our Four of Cups, I'm sorry. You'll start to see the journey beginning in the suit and along with the rest of the tarot. And then you're going to hit a few curveballs. And that is the nature of anyone's journey, right? So when we get ourselves to the Four of Cups, we see a little emotional stagnation here. We see that he's sitting under the tree, he's contemplating. He has the cups right there in front of him, but he's really missing what's being handed to him. So he's missing out on the blessings that are right there in front of him. He may be hiding some of his feelings. He may be not acknowledging some of his feelings. And to me, my keyword for this card is comfort. So the comfort is there, but it's possible that it just cannot be seen. So we need to open our eyes and open our heart to the comfort that is there and not miss out on opportunities or blessings that are around you. So this also can represent gratitude in your emotional journey. Then we start to get a little deeper here with the Five of Cups. So this card is representative of grief, loss, but it also is the invitation for you to shift your focus to what remains. So perhaps you've had your heart broken, or perhaps there's been a business relationship or a friendship that has ended recently for you. It's okay for you to grieve that loss, but you need to see what is the lesson in that loss, what remains behind emotionally for you to continue to build on. As we get to our Six of Cups, we're getting a little more playful, a little bit more nostalgic. So, this is inner child healing. And this is all about memories from the past and nostalgia. My key word for this card is reflection. So perhaps we're going back to that grief, we're going back to that loss, and we're thinking about it, but then we're able to heal from it eventually. But we also have to reflect on what it means for us. Perhaps it is the loss of a loved one, and we are at a point now where we're reflecting on what they taught us and what they meant for us in our lives. So, moving on to the Seven of Cups, we're getting a little bit farther, a little bit stronger in our emotional journey. And this is where we start to dream. And maybe we're dreaming just a little bit too much without being grounded in reality. Illusions, choices that might be clouded by fantasy. So we're feeling all these emotions. We want to do these things to step forward in our emotional journey, but we need to watch out for what is real and what is not. And I've chosen the keyword of indecision for this particular card because we have all the possibilities, we have the goals, we have the things, but we need to make sure that we are looking at this from a realistic standpoint so we don't get caught up in anything that we shouldn't. Okay. So then we move to the Eight of Cups. And our Eight of Cups is getting closer to the end of our journey. And as you can see in this card, he is walking away. So, what you are doing now at this point in the journey is walking away from what no longer serves you. Your emotional growth is all about this journey, whether it's your emotional growth as a person in a relationship, however it is showing up for you in your life. But now you're understanding what it is that you need and you are moving past that which that doesn't serve you. And my keyword here is departure. So you're leaving behind the things that you no longer need so that you can make space for the things that mean more to you on your journey. The Nine of Cups, we are very close to the culmination of our journey, and this is contentment, as I have chosen as the keyword. So his cup is full, he has them all surrounding him, And basically, a wish, a goal has been granted, a wish has been fulfilled, a goal has been granted. Um, an emotional yes, yes, you are doing the right thing and you are where you need to be. So, this is a very positive card on your emotional journey. And then finally, the culmination of our journey is the Ten of Cups, and that is fulfillment. So this is total joy, emotional fulfillment, and also harmony within your family. So you can see you've got two people here. The kids are playing, the cups are in the air, they're vibrant, they're beautiful. And this is the the thing that you've been working so hard to get to. This is the goal. This is what you need to feel fulfilled. So if this card shows up for you in a reading, it means that you were so close, if not at the end of your journey and the fulfillment of your dreams. So then we move to our court cards for the cups. The page, so these actually represent people in your life. So with the numbered cards, you're getting messages, signals, signs, and with the actual court cards, these are people that are in your life or are going to show up in your life, and they can also reflect you as well. So the Page of Cups is very idealistic, idealistic. Geez, I don't know why I can't talk today. Idealistic. So, just like, oh, very childlike. And it's a message from the heart. So you yourself or someone close to you is going to bring you a message that is important for new emotional growth and perhaps even represent new love, youthful, exciting. The Knight of Cups is a quest. The knight is always the representation of a quest, a journey, I'm going to charge out there and I'm going to do this, right? But for the Knight of Cups, it's a romantic or a spiritual quest. So he's there on his horse. My keyword is charming. So perhaps there's going to be someone coming into your life who's charming. Is that an emotional romantic relationship, or is it more of a friendship? It's definitely a sign for you to follow your heart. The Queen and the King are our final two cards, and they are so amazing because they embody so much nurturing and so much emotional love. The queens of every suit represent the nurturing and the mothering side. So for the Queen of Cups, she represents deep, deep intuition, empathy, emotional support, and emotional mastery with grace. So, this could again represent someone in your life who is a great emotional support for you. Someone who is graceful, who has shown incredible strength and emotional strength throughout difficult times. For me, whenever I pull this card in a reading for myself, I always think about my mother. And I always feel she's going through everything that she's going through right now with grace. And that's what I strive to be, is as graceful and as emotionally strong as she is. Finally, we have the King. The King is always the father of the suit, and the King of Cups is very, very wise. That is the keyword that I have chosen for this. This is leadership, but it's compassionate, heart-led leadership. It's emotional balance. So it resonates astrologically with Libra and the balance that you need in your life. And it is also wisdom and love. So it could be your partner, it could be someone who has been in a long term marriage or relationship that represents the ideal for you. Or it can also be a leader, a business partner who is very compassionate, helping you reach your goals in a very heart centering, nurturing way. So, one thing I want to say about tarot in general and about the suits is that a lot of times when you do a reading, a card may be reversed. I tend to not focus so much on that reverse because reverse can sometimes represent negativity, but can also have messages as well. So when a cup is reversed, or if you have a reading that has a lot of cups that are reversed, that may point to emotional blockages in your life. Perhaps codependency, having to escape your emotions, being too swept away by feelings. So the opposite. You're either escaping your emotions or you're being completely taken over by them. And it's just a reminder to come back to your emotional center, to your heart, and ground yourself there. So the thoughts to come away with. So if you get a reading with me or if you're pulling cards for yourself, here's some of the things to ask when there are a lot of cups showing up in your reading. What is my heart trying to tell me? What is my heart deeply saying? Where can I show more compassion? And that could, you think of compassion as compassion for others, but that could also very well be compassion for yourself because it really starts there. And am I allowing myself to truly feel and flow with my emotions? Am I making sure that there is a balance in my emotions so that I'm not too overwhelmed by them, but I'm not stuffing them down and pretending that they're not there? So thank you. Thank you for joining me today for our little dive into the cups. If you're curious about deepening your intuition or getting some guidance from tarot, you know you can reach out to me anytime and schedule a reading. I'm going to pop a couple of links into the comments if you would like to schedule a 3 card spread. Even though it's April, we can still do a 12-month spread so we can look at your year ahead and see how that pans out. So I'm more than happy to help you with that. So our next Tarot Tuesday is going to be in 2 weeks. So let me just double check that date, which is going to be the 29th. So we will dive into another one of the suits in 2 weeks for Tarot Tuesday. And thank you for joining me. And remember to always keep your cup and your heart full and grounded. Thanks so much for joining me today.